One of the lessons that I've learned after being at the United Nations for 8 years is that every country puts themselves first. There's only one country in the world that gets in trouble for putting itself first, and that's America. The opposite of America first is consensus. Now, consensus is one of those words that sounds good, but consensus means when they come together and they develop a statement or a policy position, it's the lowest common denominator of what 15 countries think. We're only one of those countries. One of the issues that I have with President Joe Biden is that he values consensus more than he values America First policy. And what that means, in essence, is that countries at the UN or in the Middle East or in Europe get to veto our policy. One of the important things to remember about the Biden administration is that Susan Rice, who was Barack Obama's national security advisor, is now inside the Joe Biden White House, and her title is something like domestic policy advisor. We all know that Susan Rice is not doing Medicare and Medicaid policy. She's controlling foreign policy. And if you remember, when Susan Rice was National Security Advisor for Barack Obama, her two deputies, Anthony Blinken, our current Secretary of State, and Avril Haines, who is the current Director of National Intelligence, I don't think it's too much to say that Susan Rice has hired the diplomatic and intelligence heads, and they report to her. The Biden team has constantly tried to make Russia a crisis. Now look, as the former acting director of national intelligence, I can tell you that Russia is a problem, but China is a crisis. And every time the left pushes the idea that Russia is something to focus on, Beijing and the Chinese love it. Of course we have a problem with Russia, but the real crisis is with China. Here at ACLJ, what we try to do is focus on America First policies. Please join us at aclj.org and get involved.